Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for grade 3. We are learning Unit 6. Its title is Teamwork. My dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation and worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is or modify it for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear students, today under the title of writing, we are going to learn about expository writing. Before this in English for grade 2, you have learned how to create a greeting card. Remember? I hope you remember. If not, you may watch this video lecture again. Now, my dear children, the way you have made a card, the procedure you followed when you start telling it, it becomes expository. When you write it, it becomes expository writing, because to make this card, you have followed different steps, right? So this is how we write a procedure in steps, that is called expository writing. Okay, so now you tell me, we are going to achieve our SLO to write a few simple sentences to describe or show sequence and picture. Write an expository paragraph explaining a process or procedures. These are our today's SLOs. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Ibrahim, verse 32, it is Allah who created the heavens and the earth and sent down rain from the sky and produced thereby some fruits and provisions for you, and subjected for you the ships to sail through the sea by his command, and subjected for you the rivers. Yes, my dear students, what this beautiful verse is telling us. You see, beta, Quran tells us about everything. And this beautiful verse is telling us about the creation of this earth. And you see, Allah created heavens and earth, skies, water. So this is how, step by step, one thing, and Quran is telling us in detail about it. So this is called a procedure. So this is called a sequence of things, how Allah created first one thing, then the other, then the other. And the most important thing is everything Allah created for us. Alhamdulillah. So beta, Allah is telling, this is how Allah created for you. So there are ships and rivers, they are mentioned here, and there are many more things. Whatever Allah has created, that is for us. So we are thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for everything, and it is our responsibility to use these blessings in a nice way, and we should not destroy or waste our resources. Right, beta? We should not waste water, and we should keep all the environment neat and clean. So this is what I'm telling you now. Once again, one after the other, this is called a sequence, right? Now you tell me, what is expository writing? I just told you. So what do you understand about it? And where do we use expository writing? Pause the video, answer these questions to your teacher, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, I hope after this brainstorming discussion, now you know what is expository writing. So expository writing, as its name implies, is writing that exposes facts, right? And we know what are facts? The statements which are true, right? And we can prove these are true. So whenever we are going to write about facts, we write it in expository writing style, okay? And where do we use it? So expository writing is used to convey factual information, as we just discussed, facts, as opposed to creative writing such as fiction. So beta, in creative writing, while writing stories, sometimes we add things, rather most of the time we add things which are not real just to make it a story. But when something happens in reality, we write it in expository writing style, because we are writing about facts and factual information. It is a language of learning and understanding the world around us. So whenever you are writing something which in real exists around you, you will use expository writing style, right? And it presents reasons, explanation, or steps in a process and follows a logical sequence. And we know beta sequence means something which is done step by step, and if any step is missing, the thing is not done, right? As in last unit, I taught you reading a recipe, how to make few things, right? And if any of the step we miss, we will not get the dish done, right? So this is called a sequence. So whenever we want to tell about a sequence, we use expository writing style. Whenever we want to tell something which exists around us or a person, we use expository writing style, because we are discussing about a factual information. We mention dates in that, we mention the actual information. That is called expository writing style. Are you clear? Okay. So here is an example. Pulp and paper. Do you know from where we get paper? Yes, we take pulp of trees, right? From the tree we get the pulp, and this pulp goes to paper industry and we get paper in its final form. When once this paper is used, what do? We recycle it. Again, this paper is crushed, and instead of starting from pulp, we make the already used paper in different paper forms. So that is recycling of paper. Now you see, if we take the pulp and don't send it to paper industry, will we get paper? No. And if we send it to paper industry and any of the step, we don't send it to the machine and we don't process it, will we get paper? No. So this is how every step is a must to get paper. This is called a sequence, and when we are writing about such a sequence, it is called expository writing. Do you understand? Good job. There is activity for you to understand it. So I brought an interesting activity of water cycle. You have studied it in your science. So basically there are 4 major steps: condensation, precipitation, collection, and evaporation, right? So we know what happens. How do we do it? So by following all the steps, and if any of the step is missing, we will not get this water cycle complete. But Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created it in a way that in all these steps, water cycle moves, and your teacher will divide class in groups of 4. So there will be 4 students in every group. Every group will explain water cycle, and each group member will explain one step in the procedure, right? So pause the video, discuss about water cycle, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, now the way you talk, the first this happens, second this happens, this is called expository narration, okay? So now all of you open your book on page number 49. This is question 19. What you will do? Write the process of frying an egg. So what do you do first, then second, and next or last? So this type of, now you know, it is expository writing. Pause the video, complete this writing task in your book, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, are you done with it? Good job. So it's time for your homework. You will draw and color and write water cycle. And here is a worksheet, my dear fellow teachers. This worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation links are given. You may click it, download it, and kindly provide a printed worksheet to students for practice. So what we have learned today, we learned to write a few simple sentences to describe or show sequence in a picture, and write an expository paragraph explaining a process or procedures. So are we done with it? Yes, that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning, keep practicing. Take very good care of yourself. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz.